Hey, salut à tous, c'est Pipou, nouvel épisode sur la chaîne consacrée à Vision of Mana. Donc je suis arrivé à Verdeus, la ville de l'offrande du bois, et on va découvrir un peu tout cela. Alors,
It's coming from here.
We are all here in order to persevere, a part of this interwoven life that keeps the world from strife. Not moving on, no matter what, oh yeah. So long as all of us are alive, we can grow and sing and thrive. Looks like jam number 1460 is another keeper.
1460e chanson? Eh, quand même.
Gosh, the fairy is taking her sweet.
Those were some weird lyrics.
Well, I didn't really ask for your input. Get out of town! You wouldn't happen to be the convoy of alms now, would you? I'm Jule, custodian of the burrow, a sproutling, obviously. Oh, you came all this way, but I'm sorry to say there's no alm of wood just yet.
I guess that means we're stuck here for now.
Wait a second. 1, 2, 3. Is it just me, or are we missing people?
Due to some complications on our journey, the Alms of Light and Darkness will join us later. I am Palomina, Alm of Water.
Oh, I'm the Soul Guard, Val.
Morley, Alm of the Moon.
They call me Karina, Alm of Wind, and this pretty lady is Ramco.
Golly, a sacred beast cub. Still growing, I see. Were you raised outside of the Lucia?
Hang on. Do you know Ramco?
Nope. We only just got acquainted, but I know plenty about these sacred beasts. That's everyone. Oh, what about the Alm of Fire? Did something happen to the Alm from Tiania?
She, Hina. She lost her core stone. We're looking for the person who stole it from us, and we're actually in a hurry.
Not sure what you mean by core stone, but losing things is never fun.
Sounds like most people haven't heard of core stones.
The only news I can give you is no news. Sorry. There's nobody here but us Sproutlings, and I haven't seen any thieves come through the burrow in, well, ever probably. Plus, there's nothing beyond Verdius but the mana tree, so... Oh yeah, and that boulder at the entrance with the legendary sword stuck in it, but that's it. Huh?
Legendary sword?
Oops, look at the time. I have to go water my friends. Bye.
L'épée légendaire.
Wait!
What sword was he talking about? Am I the only one in the dark here?
The Goddess of Mana was said to have given a legendary sword to her hero champion. But I could have never fathomed that the fairy tale was fact.
Orin and Hina talked about it once. I didn't think it was real either.
Perhaps the kernel of truth behind the myth originated here in Elusia. It is the home of the mana tree.
Our search for Orin might be a bust, but we still need an alm of wood. We should ask that kid from earlier what's up.
Je sais que c'est une fille, moi.
True. Let's find him.
He has to water his... what? Better look for him, I guess. This is kind of exciting. This might be useful. Let me see. Nice! Got some syrup. Taking this.
sorta in the middle of my daily duties. Mind getting out of my way?
Do all custodians water the plants here?
Of course. Who else? I have to take care of my friends.
Friends?
Sure. This tree here is a good friend of mine.
Wait, what? This tree is a sproutling?
Oh, I guess you wouldn't know. When a sproutling goes to sleep for a long time, we tend to turn into trees.
Drôle le
Every
peuple.
4 years, just in time for the pilgrimage, one of my hibernating friends grows the most beautiful flowers. The alluring fragrance beckons the fairy to the burrow, and that lucky sproutling gets to be the alm. Only the most vibrant of sproutlings can blossom, making them the perfect candidates for the alm of wood. Our patron elemental wants lush foliage on all of her envoys.
But when are the buds meant to bloom?
Usually the trees are already in bloom by the time the convoy of alms arrives. But not this year. There's probably no hope for the burrow after all. I suppose we all gotta go sometime.
Whoa, hold on. No need to jump straight to utter destruction.
Nope. I think this is it for us. No flowers, no fairy, no future. Anyway, I'm sure you've all got stuff to do. Some bandit you're tailing.
He's really gonna give up on his homeland? Just like that?
Jule seems really knowledgeable about the pilgrimage. There's a lot more I want to ask him. Let me see. Is this? Taking this?
Was there something else you needed?
There's a lot we don't know about all this. I was hoping for answers.
A chat would kill time better than my usual rounds. As you wish. All sproutlings remain dormant for long periods with one exception. We alternate who looks after the rest of us while we sleep. As the custodian, I water my sleeping friends each and every day. I woke up
Ça a l'air
4 years
extraordinaire
ago,
de
just
vivre
as
dans
the
ce village.
last pilgrimage was coming through the burrow.
So for 4 years, you've been watering these guys waiting for them to bloom? All by yourself?
Of course. Though, I guess it's not gonna matter much anymore if there's no alm. Might as well hang up my watering can.
You can't be out of options already. Have you talked with your patron elemental? Maybe she can help.
What alms are appointed, not requested. There's nothing I can do about this.
But how do you know if you don't try? I went directly to Sylphin and asked to be made the alm. You don't want this place to be destroyed, right? Then do something. Anything. Go ask the elemental of wood to hurry it up.
You've gotta be joking. She's joking, right?
Karina's telling the truth. She went out and found the elemental of wind in order to request her position as the alm.
But that's going against the hand of fate. Perhaps mortals like yourself try to defy destiny, but that's not how we do things up here. Sproutlings take what life gives us, and we're grateful for it. I don't know how many thousands of years ago it was, but we watched your world teeter on the edge of destruction. All the while we waited, tending the seeds as we've always done. Whatever hand fate deals us is our burden to bear.
Egotistical. That's
He's not wrong to stick to his principles. He just needs some perspective. Is following the will of the world really? Not that the workings of the
Bon, il faut que je continue à le suivre.
But
Et où
Karina's
maintenant?
got a good point too. I don't want Jule to give up hope.
On va vraiment le voir arroser toutes les plantes là? Commence à faire long.
You're a pushy bunch, you know.
you're the one who ran off.
Actually, I didn't have anything else to say to you folks. I've said my piece. No need to get worked up about it. I'll tell you what. If an alm of wood is chosen, you'll be the first to know. So go ahead and look around for that corkstone or what have you.
It's corestone, not corkstone. And that's our friend's soul you're talking about, bub. Hina, the Alma Fire, had her corestone stolen by Orin. Vertius still has a chance. How can you stand around and throw your hands up like none of this is in your control? Don't you care what happens to the burrow? Think of your dormant friends. Don't you want to save them? Isn't that worth asking to become the Alm of Wood yourself?
Look, pal, I'm not going to take much more of your sass. You think I'm not worried about the fate of my home? There should be blooms by now. It's not supposed to be like this. Without flowers, the fairy won't come. Without the fairy, us sproutlings lose our purpose. No lives to preserve, it'd be the end of everything. Maybe this is my fault. I could have overwatered the burrow or pruned something I wasn't supposed to. That worry is always on my mind.
Jule,
Here's a thought, Jule.
Huh? But
You said so yourself. No one has come through the burrow but us. We trust you to know what's going on in your home. Besides, I'm the Soul Guard. It's my duty to find the Alm and protect them from harm.
look, I appreciate the thought, but
oh, honestly, stop quitting before you I think this place doesn't get enough sunlight. That's what.
The landscape in Verdius hasn't changed in millennia. They would have had problems long before now if it was the sun.
Maybe Gnome's powers are too weak to reach here?
It is true that Elusia is a tad far from other terrain. The solution may be...
That's a lot of leads to eliminate.
the reason... Wait, could it be?
Where'd
Oh.
Jule get off to? Well, while we wait for him, we can try to figure out the cause of all this. Yes! The whole area is covered in plants. Maybe that's for the best. We don't want Orin sneaking past us.
Val, I surrender. I don't know anything about growing plants.
This foray is fascinating. Practically none of this flora was included in the almanacs of my adolescence.
There's no getting around it. We have to ask.
Great idea! If the elemental doesn't know what's wrong, no one will.
Aww, I wanted to be the one to rub it in Jule's face when we found the answer.
Sorry to disappoint you, Karina, but we haven't got the time to waste on fumbling around in the undergrowth.
Dryad is the elemental of wood, and well-versed of these wilds. But
At times like these, it's...
Ugh,
Huh? It can't be.
Ah,
Hello again, weary travelers. What a surprise!
How did you get here?
Don't you know there's a big old stalk that reaches all the way up here? My sisters and I didn't want to waste this once in 4 years opportunity, so we climbed up. We figured now was the perfect chance to gather exotic ingredients like Verdius nectar for flavorings and potions. Besides, this place has everything! Ancient forests, dangerous pilgrimages, mysterious Gaian
sounds like you three have a full itinerary.
Wait a minute. Did you say Gaian explorers? Where did you see one of those?
Oh, there was a dashing young adventurer of that description over by the tree. We saw him ahead of us. We did lose track of him, though.
oh,
Had to focus on keeping our footing and all.
Orin's on his way.
Did you see a sproutling around here? Short, green, leafy?
Nope. But I sure would...
ah,
Ah! What was that? A terrifying cry, that's what! It came from the direction of Milos Woods.
Could be Jule, or even Orin. Let's...
Oh, before you go, anything you want, for grab the goods you need to save your friend. Don't get stingy.
They're the spitting image of Father in miniature.
That cry was coming from Milos. We have to check it out.
Welcome! Peruse at your leisure.
Et c'est cher, hein.
I seem you have a good eye. Happy doing business with you. I seem you happy doing business with you. I seem you happy doing business with you. Come back anytime.
Ça m'a coûté bonbon, là.
Julie, what are you?
What am I doing? What?
We can handle this. Stand.
We call this critter Grapplevine. It was too strong for me to uproot it when it decided to nest near the...
It's coming for us.
We need to weed out enemies like this one.
Quit causing trouble, you troublemaker!
Ok, bon.
Salamando! Salamando! You're mine!
Will pay!
Right second! Got it! I think we can use the vessel. You're mine!
Ah, avec le pouvoir du feu, ça aide quand même, hein.
Hang on. It moves? Now are you?
Summon the spirits to our side.
You're wearing it down.
Yes, now is the time to strike.
You ready, bud?
Eh merde. Avec toi.
It's down. No candle. Ready whenever.
For the elemental vessel.
Ah, avec le pouvoir du feu, ça va. Franchement.
You saved me.
It was a close call. We were almost too late. Why did you wander off on your own?
Oh, look in the mirror, buddy.
Oh, now what?
I mean, that you made me wonder if Grapplevine might be the cause of the problems in the burrow. Don't get me wrong, this could all still be by the goddess's will, but I wasn't quite as sure anymore. And you all seem so convinced that something could be done, so I wanted to check. But then I got attacked.
Huh. And here I thought you were mad at us again. Glad to see we've convinced you to change your stubborn ways.
That's one way to put it,
Destiny doesn't just fall into your lap every time.
maybe. But you weren't able to figure out what keeps the flowers from blooming either.
Yeah, we're definitely not experts in gardening. But when in doubt, it's best to ask for help. Julie, do you know where the elemental of wood is?
Dryad? Easy peasy. Let me give her a ring. Oh, Dryad.
Oh, qu'elle est belle.
Oh, yes. Hello. Jeepers. You got here fast. Were you nearby? Oh, forgive me. That is to say, I was looking for you, Julie. But then I saw you were tied up with Grapplevine and wasn't certain what to do. Oh, dear. The alms. Please excuse me. I am known as Dryad.
A particular pleasure indeed, Dryad. We were just inquiring as to your whereabouts.
Yes, I could hear you from over there, and I think I may know what caused all of this fuss. As Jule guessed, Grapplevine was the one behind it all. It absorbed all the nutrients from the plants, stunting their growth. That's why the flowers wouldn't blossom.
Well, the monster is gone now. So that means...
The flowers, my friends! Dryad, this is great. There'll be an alm after all. Gee whiz, there's still so much to do.
He's got some spring in his...
Could I ask you, Alms, and you, Sir Soulguard?
Sure.
Irregular as this situation may be, you will be one of the few pilgrimages to see the flowering firsthand.
Jule's in a better mood. I guess he gets grouchy when he's worried.
Lucky for us. For
Le
now,
pouvoir des
let's head to
esprits.
the appointment ceremony
Ah.
of the Alm of Wood.
Attends, je joue pas encore avec. Déjà, je peux améliorer sa capacité d'esprit déjà.
Dryad, come on! Shake a root! Again, my apologies for the delay. I was considering Verdius's future and consulting with the denizens of the woods and such. Now then, let me see. With this spring breeze, I bid the trees awaken, bloom forth! Huh? Whoa! How unexpected! No flowers on the sleeping trees, but a flower blossoming right out of your head! Ow! Blossoming sproutling Jule. By the grace of the goddess of mana, I name you the Alm of Wood.
Comme c'est étonnant.
The scent is divine. My hibernating friends didn't bloom. A humble custodian like me? An alm? I thought only dormant sproutlings were fated to blossom. Oh, yes, well, you see, I was planning to choose you from the very beginning. That's why I went searching for you. Would you, Jule, be my emissary to the mana tree? You got it, Dryad. Oh, but if I'm the alm, they could brown or shrivel up and wither without proper hydration. I can't leave them alone like that, Dryad. That'd be worse than any disaster that could befall Verdius. Jule? Oh, come to us. We have a message for you.
Qui c'est qui parle?
Wait,
Jule? What's wrong?
I can hear my friends.
I didn't notice anything, but I guess Jule could hear the voices of his friends. Better stick with him and check this out.
Jule, we asked Dryad to choose you as the Alm on our behalf. That monster in Milo's woods has been draining us of our mana. We have nothing to spare on our buds. Grapplevine is defeated, but it will take time before we can bloom again. But what will you do without a custodian? You'll dry up. Don't worry about us. Believe in the future of the burrow. We need you to convey the wishes of the sproutlings to the mana tree. But then use this, and together... Wow.
La relique.
The elemental vessel. Dryad sprig. Oh, dear. So that's where it went. We forgot to return it before we went to sleep. Sorry. But now that our work here is done, I think it's time to go back to sleep. Enjoy the mana tree, Jule. We'll see each other.
Take the words of encouragement from your countrymen to heart. You're lucky they can see you off on your journey. There was no one left in my hometown of Etern to wish me luck when I left with Val. But maybe, just maybe, there's a chance of bringing some life back to the parish if I complete the alms duty.
Morley's right. It would have been nice to leave the Vale with everyone's blessing, but everyone at home always told me I wasn't fit to be an alm. But this journey has given me a lot to think about now that I'm here.
And this from the person lecturing me about alms and duties just a moment ago. Sounds like the pilgrimage hasn't been easy so far. Thanks for putting up with me earlier. I look forward to our journey together. As short as it is.
Happy to have you, Jule. Oh, what are we going to do about the greenery blocking our way out of Vertius?
I apologize. That was my doing. I will clear the way.
Alors, dans l'assistance de ses alliés, des sorts de soins de soutien est capable de faire revivre les personnages inconscients, mais sa défense est relativement faible, ce qui l'empêche de se battre en première ligne. Ouais, combat, machin, temporairement une zone de soins qui régénère les PV des alliés de façon
The mana
continue.
tree is so close now.
Ouais, le problème c'est que bon,
I shouldn't get ahead of myself. Orin's
tu
still
le
out
mets
there.
sur
Whatever I
lui,
can
bon,
do to
c'est
prepare,
pas très
I
utile
should do
quoi.
it in the burrow. Come forth. Thanks for the pick-me-up.
Tac. Ah, celle-là est déjà mieux de tenue. Samouraï.
The spirits are calling to me.
Qu'est-ce qu'il me reste, l'eau ou le vent? Il est pas beau avec sa plante là?
I feel stronger than ever.
My horizons have broadened. I'm on the right track.
I'm starting to dig it. The elements are all around us. I'm starting to dig it. I feel a deep connection with the spirits. The elements are all around us. I'm starting to dig it. The elements are all around us.
May this cultivate our connection.
Du coup, compétences. Comment je fais pour changer le... Alors, comment je fais pour changer l'équipe? Bon, bref. Peut-être pas pour l'instant.
Dryad. Oh, good. There you are.
We have come upon the far corner.
Once we get out.
Excuse me, Sir Soulguard. Beyond
Le
these
sanctuaire
trees,
de mana.
only the alms are permitted to.
Yeah, I know. Either way, first I have my duty to Hina to fulfill. I will get her core stone back.
The merchant sisters saw Orin when they were going up the jack tree, right?
If only we had an idea of his plans, we could try and head him off.
I don't know the fella, but if this Aaron went to the trouble of climbing up to Lucia, he probably wants something from the mana tree, right? Why don't we stick together at least until we reach the entrance?
You're right.
Oh, do be safe.
Grizzly!
Bon, c'est expéditif cette zone quand même. Hein. C'est pas très long. Hein. C'était...
There is a barrier around the Mana Sanctuary. Only alms are able to cross it, I am afraid.
What? Really?
Don't worry. No monsters can trespass in the sanctuary.
Sounds like Morley did his research. The goddess protects the sanctuary from monsters with that barrier. Milos Woods and the Sanctuary of Mana are all a part of the spirit realm.
The what now? Spirit realm?
Well, it's a realm, but for spirits. It's where elementals and sproutlings came from. In the past, it used to be separate from the mortal realm, where humans live. The Mana Goddess used to be able to protect the spirit realm from monsters.
Merged, you say?
Yup. Once monsters began to emerge in Milos, the goddess had to create the barrier to protect the sanctuary. It's really strong. Strong enough to protect the goddess in the mana tree. So don't worry.
Oh.
Ouais, ce que je me disais quand... Il lançait des choses pour un minot de 6 ans. Hein. Enfin, du moins, pas 6 ans, mais tu as compris l'idée,
Every
quoi.
place we visit is unique. Under the cliffs was not nearly as unsullied as this climate.
We are pretty close to the mana tree. Plus, barely anyone but the convoy of alms ever passes through here.
Not people, but it looks like monsters.
Are you fond of music, Jule?
Sure am. I've composed 1,460 original songs to date.
1,460 songs? How bored were you?
That's the last.
Alors, attends, si je voulais... Attends, après on va changer d'équipe, juste par curiosité. Oui, ça va, on a compris. Alors, ah voilà, là je peux changer d'équipe. Ok. Imaginons que par exemple je vais virer elle. Voilà, par curiosité, je vous mets une équipe que de mecs.
Come forth. Take it away. Got some syrup. Grizzly. Yes.
Not to be nosy, but have you noticed that Val spaces out
Probably when he's thinking about Hina.
Oh, les micros bleus!
That was hardly worth the energy.
Taking this. Got some syrup. Let's plan our next move. Yes. Come forth. Take it away. Grizzly.
Jule, don't your feet hurt from walking on this terrain without shoes?
Hurt? Why would they hurt? These feet were made for walking. What about you? Don't your feet get tired of being crammed in those things all day?
I never thought about it like that.
Ah, c'était l'esprit de la lumière, ça.
Yes. Taking this. Got some syrup. Time to shine. Thanks for the pick-me-up. Take this. Salamando candle.
Whoa, we're in the middle
Oh.
of a forest, but it looks like the night sky.
Oh, that's right. Not a lot of plants
Qu'est-ce
grow
qu'on a là?
down on the surface.
They might be pretty. Try not to fall into the poison marshes below.
Noted. Then we shall stick to the tree trunks and make ample use of the spirit's power.
Got some syrup. Taking this. Grizzly! Power of man! Take it away! Got some syrup. Shouldn't stay on here too
Ah merde.
This is how it's done. Salamander! Pretty easy. One left. Let's keep moving. Grizzly!
Bon, c'est bon, là, ouais. Si je marche dessus, là. Par où il faudrait que je passe, là?
Yes! Yes!
Par là?
Grizzly! Let me see. A rare item. Here I come. Go for it.
Ah merde, je me suis fait endormir. Et je me suis fait endormir, con.
Grizzly! Help us out! Take it away! Grizzly!
hasn't been an alm of the moon for a while.
Attends, il y avait un truc là.
Yes. I'm the first in many years, thanks to Val and the others.
I'm not that up to date on current affairs down below, but I'm sure that wasn't easy.
Yes! Grant me power! Thanks for the pick-me-up. Take this!
Oh merde, c'est quoi ça? Dragodon. Mais lâche-moi! T'es en train de mourir. Il faut lui. C'est pas mal quand même, les trucs de soignant. Bon, ils font mal, eux. Les dragodons, là, ils font mal, hein. Allez.
This is kind of exciting. This might be useful.
Merci. Ah, la noix magique. C'est la première fois que j'en vois.
Got some syrup.
Oh, wow. This place is beautiful.
The way the sun shines upon the verdure looks just like a scene from a
Pourquoi il
fanciful
court
fairy
comme ça, lui,
tale.
d'un coup?
I assume every convoy before us has also marveled
Malade.
at this view.
The entrance to the sanctuary.
Come at me! Nothing is going to deter me.
Ah, j'étais pas loin du niveau.
Let me see. A rare item.
We're here. This is the entrance to the sanctuary of Mana.
Finally! I'm a bundle of nerves. Excited, anxious, the works. But I guess the mana tree is gonna have to wait.
The tree is all the way inside the sanctuary past the...
Orin is like
This is our last mission before we reach our journey's end.
You
Oh,
said something
t'inquiète.
about a
Oh,
sword being
t'inquiète
kept here,
pas.
right?
Le jeu est pas prêt d'être fini, hein.
I sure did. Wanna see? It's stuck in a huge rock. You can't miss it.
C'est Excalibur. Non, le jeu est pas prêt d'être fini puisque dans l'aventure déjà il y a les
Taking
tours
this?
que je peux pas visiter. Premier point. Deuxième point, il y a des zones où il y a des ennemis genre niveau 53. Je suis à peine niveau 51, niveau 21. Donc bon, je me trouve avec des mecs genre qui ont quand même 30 niveaux de plus que moi. Donc c'est que tu seras amené à un moment donné à y retourner, sinon aucun intérêt. Je veux dire, si le jeu se finit maintenant niveau 21. Oh, all-in.
Is that?
Yup. That's the one and only mana sword. Oh, and a visitor.
Orin?
Val, I'm sorry. This was the only way I could get my hands on the mana sword.
That's why you're here? The sword?
That's right. Do you even know the miracles I can perform with this power? I can save Liza, cure her of her cursed petrification. And that's not even the half of it. She's still the Alm of Earth. Until I can release her, she'll never be free. That's why I need the sword. I have to change the world for the better. Get rid of the Alm's sacrifice altogether, so that our loved ones don't have to die to preserve the future for the rest of us.
You're saying you sacrificed Hina's life in order to save Liza? We trusted you, Orin. Both of us did. And you betrayed us!
As the Soul Guard, you're charged with ensuring the Alms meet their ends by completing the pilgrimage. You were prepared to lose Hina then? I just made her sacrifice come a little earlier than expected. For the sake of the world. You can hate me. I won't blame you. But with my plan, we'll never have to sacrifice another person ever again. Alms will no longer have a reason to exist. We'll be freed from this horrible tradition of loss and regret.
Sorry, but I think Orin might be right about this. Hina and other alms before her were denied the life they wanted to live.
Val, you can't.
Even so, the alms have never been just a means to an end. Not to me. Their sacrifice has to mean more than that. This world exists because the alms carry with them the hopes and dreams of all those who came before and those who will come after them. I know in my heart that this world is sick. But Hina was never meant to be used as a pawn by anyone.
Of course she wasn't. None of us want her life to be lost in vain.
There has to be a way to obtain the Mana Sword without Hina's Core Stone.
Regardless, this should not be your call. It is pitifully presumptuous of you to assume you know the wishes of all alms, past and present.
My Sproutling friends entrusted me with this duty, and I mean to see it through.
Thanks, everyone. As long as I have friends on this journey who need me, I'll continue to serve them as the Soul Guard. Even if we end our pilgrimage at the Mana Tree, I'm in charge of my own destiny. Hina is my responsibility. You have to return her Core Stone now, Orin!
You can't stop this. I have to bring back the world of Fadiel for Liza. No. For all of us who don't want to lose the people we
Fadiel?
hold dear. In the past, there were no alms to sacrifice. Mortals, spirits, Benevodon monsters, even the goddess herself, all lived in the different realms that made up Fadiel.
C'est quoi les bénévodons?
But years ago, that mangled world was called Kidiel. It's the world that you and I know today. With the power of the Mana Sword, we can return Kidiel to the Fadiel it once was. Split it into a world that doesn't need to have soul offerings. The Mana Sword is right in front of us. They say that only the Chosen One can wield it. If that's the case, then that's just what I'll be. Even if it means betraying my friends, my village, I will have the sword!
Orin! What are you doing with Hina's Core Stone? No, Hina!
Allez, récupérez l'épée, bougez-vous. Oh! C'est qui?
You're the voice I heard from the megalith, aren't you?
Stop it! Hina!
Earth shall be first.
Earth?
Give me that sword! I earned it!
Orin! Return Hina's Core Stone now!
You are not even worth the stretch of my sword arm.
It can't be. Delophos? After all this
Dieu
time?
Foros?
My. Correct, Sproutling. Your reward is the ruination that awaits you all.
C'est qui ce mec là?
I never found myself battling against a
Take this! Your mind's immobilized! Nicely done! I will ruin you! Spirits, come forth! Ruin you! Futile! Take this! Take this! Not so tough now, are you?
Just duck and weave, people. Duck and weave.
Take this!
God! My power is
First attack. Well, I don't know if we can defeat this guy.
Won't hurt me. I can't! Not so tough now, are you?
I will ruin you!
This is how it's done.
Oh! Mec, qui se fait et tout. Oh, calme-toi. Mat, ce mec.
You're mine! Take Fireball!
Ah!
He's far too powerful!
There's no way we can win this.
All our advances will be futile if our adventure ends here.
I'm all for retreating personally. Trent, you're helping us?
This land will not be desecrated by the powers of evil on my watch.
Never thought I'd see the overseer of the sanctuary intervene like this.
Now is the time to withdraw, Holmes.
No! I can't just run away! I have to save Hina! I have to get her core stone!
Listen, this isn't a fight we can win right now.
On dirait un peu Hercule, lui, hein? Ce genre de guerrier sorti tout droit de la mythologie grecque, un peu. Bon, il n'y avait rien de transcendant pour l'instant. Bon, après, je pense qu'au fur et à mesure de l'histoire, il va devenir un peu plus chiant, mais... Après, il avait un pattern pas mal, je trouvais.
Curse it all!
How did a man like that get trapped outside the sanctuary?
For Wheeler Woe, he knows not our whereabouts.
Trent's probably keeping him plenty busy.
First things first, who is Trent? For that matter, who is De La Who's It?
Golly, you don't know what... Trent is one of the goddess's emissaries. He watches over the entrance to the sanctuary to keep the people who aren't supposed to be in there out. I guess you could call him a neutral overseer. His job is to protect the goddess, but he's not exactly one to stick his leaves into the business of the alms who come his way. We're lucky we caught him in a good mood, or we'd be goners. As for the gentleman who is sealed away in the rock, his name is Delafos. Long ago he tried, and failed to overthrow the mana goddess herself. Unfortunately, it looks like that long nap didn't change his mind about revenge either.
Overthrow the goddess? But why would he do that?
Don't ask me. We weren't friends or anything.
Pour renverser l'équilibre du monde, devenir le maître.
When Delafos was defeated the first time, his powers splintered, scattering all across the mortal realm. lost to time and memory.
You're saying that the form we just fought wasn't even close to his true strength.
That's about the gist of it. If you ask me, Deilophos is gonna need to find the rest of his fragmented power before he does anything else.
This complicates our current mission. Given your age, I am fascinated by the breadth of your familiarity with history, Jule.
My age? Oh, right. I keep forgetting how little you know about spirit folk. Sproutlings have a very, very long lifespan. That guy from before, Orin, was it? He mentioned something about Ki and Fadiel, right? When I first sprouted, the world was called Fadiel. I know what I say sometimes sounds like ancient folklore, but...
You mean to tell me you're actually an old man?
Huh. The fact that I'm older than I look is your takeaway from all that?
I'm only 17. Should I be, I don't know, more respectful?
More importantly, we gotta do something about Deilophos.
Oh.
And are the exact same ones where the Benevodons are locked away.
Les Bénévodons.
Benevodons?
Yup. Deilophos will have to release the seals to take back his power, which...
There must be some mistake. I have read the old texts, and the Benevodons were felled by the legendary sword of the ancient hero Deilophos. The goddess bequeathed her blade to her champion to aid him in his adventure.
Golly, they made plays?
Then,
Well, it is true that Deilophos was sent to destroy...
So wait, what's the problem?
If both then Deilophos...
If he's as stubborn as I remember, that's exactly what Deilophos wants. Resurrecting the Benevodons will throw the whole world out of whack. Even complete...
But getting Hina's core stone from Orin is one thing.
right now we're the only one.
So you do intend...
I don't care if he's some legendary champion.
I'll go with you. Plus, I don't think my friends back in the burrow would...
As a former dignitary,
Deilophos...
Allez, go. Allez, range-moi ton instrument là et on y go.
Deilophos said something about Earth after...
Well, yeah. The Benevodons are sealed away near where...
But Liza and... We have to...
Donc il va falloir que je retourne à Guju là. Ah, c'est peut-être dans les tours du coup. Ok, bon ben du coup on va s'arrêter là pour cet épisode. Je vous dis à la prochaine. Et sur ce, ciao ciao.
I'm not letting Deilophos make off with Hina's core stone again.